naked shamanism. Welcome to With Insights Radio. I'm your host, Iggy Garcia. I will take you on a journey across the universe through shamanism, metaphysical, and holistic. So sit back and relax and enjoy the show.
Yeah, I'm here today. Just wanted to just how beautiful today is. Today is amazing. It's almost 60 degrees here in Columbus, Ohio. It's hard to believe that the weather is that nice. Well, I'm here to talk to you a little bit about just being able to move and function through the little things that happen in our lives. There's been a lot of things going on in everybody's lives. Everybody has things that happen in their lives. You, me, your neighbor, your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister. Everybody has situations that actually mold them, change them, create manifestations in them, causes them to lose faith or hope and belief. So I'm just here to remind myself personally, and maybe somebody in the process, is to just take these little moments, and as you progress through time and as you're moving through life, to learn from them, gain wisdom from them. And if there's nothing to learn, if there's nothing that you have to, learn from it, there's always something you have to learn from it. Anything you do, you're going to learn something. But every little things that we get together and what we do, and when we work all these different parts of our, ourselves into our lives, we create and we help manifest our own realities. Sometimes things happen where other people's beliefs or other events change the course of your life. Something changes the way you have to adapt to this new world. Hello, Terry. How are you? And Asta, how are you? So, moving through life is a challenging process at times, and it can be a very beautiful process at times. It could be the mixture of the two. But at times we run into situations where, emotionally, physically, spiritually, we're just drained. We're just worn out. We're just beat up by the world. We're beat up by everybody and everything that's come to us. So many of us struggle and work so hard to do better and to achieve things, make things. And I'm not saying an average life is wrong or bad, but what is average? Who puts the standards of average? Who says that things are average? Who says that we can't just live a life where you go home, turn on your TV and you relax and you have a good time? Maybe that's all you inspired to do. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with somebody who just wants to watch Netflix. There's nothing wrong with somebody who just wants to be and just have a life where, they're done with their 10-hour day or their 8-hour day or their 40-hour week or 80-hour week, and they don't have any more to give. We live in a society where we want to create winners constantly. Everybody's a winner. Oh, everybody's a winner. You got to be a winner. You got to be a successful, Hulk Hogan. Everybody has to be like this champion. Everybody has to be like this person who has to win. Now, I'm not knocking the people who work hard and have ambition and drives and goals and they're motivated by other things. But there are other people who are motivated by just living and being part of life and doing what they do. Some of us just want to live a normal life. Some of us just want to be, where we are today. What we're doing with our lives. There's nothing wrong with being just who you are and how you are and what you are. So many of us struggle, to be so much for so many people. There was a time where you were just first place, second place, and third place. And then all of a sudden, we started giving fourth place, fifth place, sixth place, seventh place to people. What are we teaching people when we tell them that? I'm not saying normal's being good. There's nothing wrong with wanting to just sit back, relax, have a beer, have a Coke, or have whatever, just relax and be who you are. There's a time to be very focused and a time to be very, forward and move into your dreams and your ambitions and your goals. And then there's times you just want to be you. You just want to relax. We try so hard to, succeed. We try so hard to do better. We try so hard to, create and manifest. And that yet we forget about ourselves. We really, truly forget about who we are and what we're trying to create and what we're trying to manifest. That we get to the point we don't even know what we want anymore. Ask somebody, what would you do if you won the lottery tomorrow? Everybody say, I pay my bills off, and blah, 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 the normal thing. Then after that, they don't know what to do. It's because we're stuck in our own thinking. we have to create. You don't need a lot of money to create things. You don't need a lot of money to do a whole bunch of stuff. That's the illusion. That's an illusion that we've been sold. There is a world out here. You can walk down the street and enjoy the sunlight. A rich person, a poor person enjoy the same sunbeam hitting their face. Now, the person who maybe he doesn't have the financial backing maybe doesn't want any more than what he has. And there's nothing wrong with that. Then there's another person who looks at the sunshine and goes, well, I'm going to make solar panels and collect the energy from it and sell it to other people. And, that's okay. I guess what I'm trying to say is there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing absolutely wrong with any one of you. Not one thing. You are where you are because of the creations and the mental capacities and the things that you've created and the blocks that you created. But those aren't things those are things you can remove. Those are things that you can move out of your way. Those are things that you can move through and get over. We get caught into this rut, our own rut that we create, that we get ourselves into trouble. We get ourselves into a lot of the things we get into. If we truly want to move out of where we're at, then there's some things that we have to do. There's some things that we have to change. There's some things that we have to actually rewrite in our life. But if you're happy where you're at, then you know what? I'm going to tell you right now, that's freaking awesome. That's important to know. If you're happy in your life where you are right now and things are good, then don't worry what other people say. Don't worry about it. If you can live off $1,000, then do it. If you want to be a millionaire, then do it. If you want to watch Netflix, then do it. We criticize and we judge people because they watch TV or because they do this or do that. We criticize people because they don't want to take care of themselves. Some people don't want a healthy life. It sounds kind of crazy coming out of my mouth. Some people just don't want that. They don't want to exercise. They're happy where they're at. Yeah, they're going to pay consequences. There's consequences for any choices that we make. Any consequences. And consequences is not a nasty, bad word. A consequence, an achievement or whatever you want to call it, is something that happens, a byproduct of how we manifest and how we create in our lives. Well, Iggy, the law of attraction doesn't work. I failed to figure on that. I can prove that in your life. I can come to your house and tell you what you're manifesting, what you're creating, just by the things that you tell me and what you say. I can tell, you can also tell by what I say and how I open my mouth and how I communicate. First thing, when you say, no, I can't do it, you already defeat yourself. So there's nothing wrong with being normal. Normal is nothing. You don't even know I don't even know what normal is, honestly, to be truthful. I don't even know what the standards, like I said, I don't even know who sets those standards and what that looks like. But you'll know. You know deep down inside of you if you're doing the things that you want to do to get you where you want to be. Only you know, and only you feel in your heart, in your spirit, and in your soul if you're doing the things to take you and place you and move you into the right direction. So many of us, we blame other people for our failures. We blame other people for our successes. We blame we thank other people for our successes, and that's good too. Think about it, When we work together, we create things. When we work apart, we don't move very far. So normal is different for everyone. Yes, I agree with that. So normal is different for everybody. But you hear it all the time. People say, I want a normal life. I just want a normal life. I just want to go home, have my trash picked up in the morning, my lights are on, pay my bills, and just be left, take off my feet, my shoes, and put on my slippers, put on my pajamas, and just chill. And that's what I'm talking about. If that's what you want in your life, then do it. Don't get hung up because other people are telling you that you're not doing what you're doing with your life. It's your life. You have to create it. You have to make it how you want it. Okay? Yeah, if you want more, then of course you're going to have to do more things. You're going to have to learn things. You're going to have to study things. You're going to have to get in the groove with people who do things. That's what happens. That's education. Why did you go to school for 4 years, some of you? Why did you go, to higher education, more classes? Because you wanted more. You wanted to advance. You wanted to, educate yourself, create more brain power in there. Move it, store more information there. All right. But you know what? There are people who never went to school and who are billionaires and millionaires. So what happened there? But here's my point. Being normal is your normal. So whatever your normal is, that's fine. Don't get hung up. Don't get caught. Don't let people push you down because you just want to be who you want to be. It's important to be you because if you can't be you, it's going to be hard. You can't be anybody else. I can't be anyone else. I don't want to be anybody else. I have enough work to do being myself. There's so much stuff just being who I am as a human being. It's hard enough being Iggy Garcia. All right. And for some people, they envy you. Some people hate you for who you are, for what you do. Some people, and I'm telling you from experience here. I'm not telling you because I tell you. Some people look at my life and they're going, oh, this guy, does he work? Look, this guy works really hard. This guy, oh my God, this guy does all this and does that. I hear it all, man. It's funny as heck to run into people and they have this image of what your life is like. And they project upon you what they think and how they think you are. And it's just funny. I crack up. In my standards of normality, my life is not normal by any means, okay? I don't do a lot of the normal, routines of sitting down. I do go through these binge moments where, I'll sit and watch, an episode on Netflix of a show that I totally loved and liked. And I think that's important. I think that's super important to do, And, that's something. Just be who you are. People will respect more from you to be who you are versus you trying to be something else. Playing appearances for somebody just to prove or to get or to achieve something doesn't work. It doesn't work. It works for a moment, but then you've sold yourself. Then you've given away your pieces and parts of yourself to these people in order to gain something from them. You have also what you need in your life. You are where you are because that's where you want to be, and that's okay. You know what it will take to move you in the direction that you want to go. You want to move in those directions where, you want to navigate into different groups of people, different groups of financial, manifestation. Then and I know what you will have to do in order to gain that. The question is, are you willing to do that? Are you willing to do the work? Are you willing to move into that space? Are you willing to go into that place that you need to really look inside you, introspectively, inside yourself, and say, am I capable of doing this? Do I really want to do this? Do I really want to spend time on it? Some of us will answer yes. Some of us will answer maybe. Some of us nah, I'm okay where I'm at. And if you're okay where you're at, then you know what? I'm going to give you a thumbs up because it took you a long time and it took a lot of hard work to get where you're at. Now, is it a perfect scenario? There is no perfect scenario. There is no perfect magic setup. You make your happiness where you are, how you are, when you want it, how you want it, as long as you are part of the solution and not part of the problem. And you can move into the space. And you also know when it's time to move out. It's time to move away and peel away from that energy that doesn't serve you anymore. But yet we try to hold on to things sometimes that don't help us. And they don't help us and they don't manifest and work in our favor. Now, each day is a different day. So every day you're going to feel different. Each day you're going to want to, some days like today, you're probably going to go after work. You're probably going to go out and walk, take your dog, go to the park, blah, 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 get on a bike. That's important. These things are what you do. But take care of you, because if you don't take care of you, nobody will. I'm here to tell you, you must be your biggest advocate. You must be the person who actually is able to project and predict things that will happen to you in the future. You have to have a game plan for yourself. I will tell you that because I think it's super important, just from the experiences that I've just run into here recently, is that if we are not our own personal advocate, really there's nobody who will advocate for us. We believe in our heart that people will actually step to the plate and love us and take care of us. It's not always true. That won't always happen. So, we have children, we have family members, and it doesn't always work that way. So I'm here to tell you to just be very, very careful and not put all your eggs in the basket. Have multiple baskets. Some of you maybe not on the position to create more than one or two baskets of how you're going to see your life. But you know what? No one should ever be alone. No one should ever be afraid. No one should ever walk alone. Right? So you guys do your best with the things and the tools that you have, the things you've learned, because your life is your ship. It's yours to manufacture, yours to create, yours to invent and reinvent. You will reinvent your life countless times, each day, each minute, each hour. And there's nothing wrong with that. Don't get frustrated. Don't get upset. But you know what? Game plans are important. You got to have a game plan. You just can't fly an airplane, put fuel and just fly it and expect to get where you want to be. Life is the same way. We got to have a little bit of planning in order to get us where we want to be. Now, you don't have to go the long distance. You can go short distances and get to the place that you want to be. Okay, so that's important too, to know how far do I want to fly? How far will I fly in order to get me where I need to be? Could you imagine if you got on a plane, the pilot goes, well, we're going to Peru. I don't know how to get there, but we're going to fly. I got a full tank of gas, and we're going to just go this way, south, and hopefully we run into it. I wouldn't get on that plane. I'd get off that plane very quickly. There are people in your lives the same way who will apprehend, will slow you down, will, not let you breathe. They won't. You have to also know who you're surrounded with. Who are the people around you? Who's important? Are these people, are they helping you? Are they helping you to grow, helping you get better? Are they stifling you? Are they holding you back? Because if you don't know these things, you could be caught in a very wicked trap. And you don't want to be caught in a wicked trap. Okay? You want to be able to free and flow and move through life to the best you can. Those of you who believe that you've done it one and done, you got a lot to look forward to. Every day is important. Those of you who think you come back and live another life, don't waste it because you're coming back. Live it today. Maybe you're here to learn some things to prepare you for the next one. Who knows? And those of you who have belief and faith that something's going to fall from the sky and hit you in the face, then great. Just be ready to catch it, So go out there, do your best, guys. I love you all. I know I haven't been out here lately, but there's a lot going on. And my life is in huge flux, okay? And a huge transformation. There's some crazy stuff coming down my pike just because of the loss of my parents in that general aspect. So in the future, you're going to see a lot of stuff from me, but you've also seen me not be, very public about my life and not been out there. And I'll tell you why, because in order for me to share the information that is inside my heart, my spirit, I also have to help myself. I have to heal my wounds and heal the things that are inside me. Because if I don't, I can't share with you the things that I believe and the things that I resonate with. When I'm sharing, it's about my experiences. It's about the things that are in how I view life. That's why I call it the mind of Iggy. It's how things process through my mind. Is it always right? No, absolutely not. And I'm aware of that. I'm very super aware that I don't have the answers. I only think I have answers for myself. So I share with you possibilities of how things may look, how things could possibly be. If we put our foot forward, the next foot forward, and sometimes we got to take a step back and reevaluate our lives. Life is very, very amazing if we want to make it. Okay, but I know that my life's in super flux right now and super changes. Just the sheer fact that, things are going in a certain manner. There are going to be some big changes in my life, and you'll be able to see it, guys. You'll be able to witness it. All right? But you guys have a great day. I'll talk to you guys soon. Be well. Have a great weekend. Peace and love.